Hey guys, so I'm just going to read Jirard's statement. I think the description should be read before we analyze the actual you deserve answers. It does feel like a legitimate apology to me, so I'm just going to read it to you. After over a year of silence, I finally have the opportunity to tell you my complete side of the story about everything that happened with the Open Hand Foundation and Indieland. I know many of you have been waiting for answers, and I know many of you are angry and feel betrayed. You deserve the full truth about what went wrong, why it took so long to donate the money, and what's been happening during my year away from YouTube. This isn't easy to talk about, but I owe it to everyone who supported me and donated to Indieland over the years. The money did go to charity. All 600,000 was donated to the Association for Frontotemporal Dementia and was matched to a total of $800,000 that helped over 750 families dealing with dementia. I have the full report showing exactly how your donations made a real difference. But that doesn't excuse the moral failures I made along the way. I lied to you about having charity partners that I didn't know the money hadn't been donated yet. I should have been transparent from the beginning about the struggles we were having with finding the right organization to work with. The video is completely unfiltered and contains everything I legally can share about the Department of Justice investigation. So he was investigated by the Department of Justice and they found him innocent. So there are no legal, unlike Karl Jobst, who was found by the Court of Australia as a liar. That is what defamation is. Defamation is the crime of lying about somebody and ruining their reputation. The truth is a absolute defense to defamation. So had Karl Jobst been telling the truth, he would have won his lawsuit. He would have received his legal fees of $700,000, including $200,000 plus dollars from his own fans to use for some type of party. But the Court of Australia, in particular that judge, really painted Karl as a person who would do anything for money, which Karl himself will admit to you. So, what happened here was Jirard, there were things that he could have done better. He should have donated the money. He should have been more careful and more, organized about where the money was going, when the money was going to certain places, if it was going at all. A lot of this seems like a miscalculation, maybe intentional or not. We will never know. So the beginning, he has a Google Drive with evidence, with the financial records, the evidence and uploads, which he also posts. The beginning, taking responsibility, foundation origins, the core problem. So according to Jirard, what happened here was he was supposed to do a phone call with Mutahar. He didn't know Mutahar and Karl Jobst were working together. And he didn't expect what would happen is Mutahar and Jirard were talking, and then Karl joined the phone call. Karl was added by Mutahar, and Jirard was taken aback, and he began going into panic mode. So the admissions of guilt and oh my gosh, is there any way I can stop you from making your videos and so on? This was, according to Jirard, a panic reaction when he realized what Mutahar and Karl was attempting to do. Now, positive impact, addressing false claims, conspiracy theories, and accusers, final accountability moving forward. Would it shock me? Again, we know this. The statute of limitations for defamation in Australia is 1 year. However, we know Karl Jobst is going to make another video in response to the Completionist. In fact, I would not be shocked if there are another 10 videos. People criticize my videos, but my videos are much shorter videos like this. They're not entire hours of commentary. on somebody's mistress or not mistress or wedding or not wedding and so on. I do find it funny. One of the things that Jirard mentions is the heightened awareness Karl has for mistresses, which is something that he also talked about Billy Mitchell in his most recent Billy Mitchell video. There is also a fantastic accounting video which shows that Mutahar and Karl were wrong. That video was done by a professional accountant. To my knowledge, Mutahar is not an accountant, he is not a lawyer, and he's not even an engineer, according to Mutahar himself. And here's Karl's video, Clueless Lawyer Defends the Completionist. This is the Moon channel, and Moon was so beaten down that there wasn't very much for him to do except delete his video. I will not do that. I'm not... I have a backbone to take it. And I took it pretty hard when Karl sent his attack dogs on my small little channel. And so it's interesting to see Jirard, his point of view. It's interesting to see from his perspective. It's kind of really easy. It's like a friend calls you to talk and asks you a few questions. And then this other guy joins. And it's clear as soon as the other guy joins, he is recording you. He's going to make multiple videos about you in a very, very bad light. He's going to make fun of your family. He's going to attack your family, something that Karl has done to Billy Mitchell, something that Karl has done to me, something Karl has done to Moon Channel. It's a kind of a pattern of behavior, really, right? I mean, don't take my word for it. Take the law. As a lawyer, we abide by the law. Jirard was not found guilty. Many people did report under Mutahar's supervision. They did report him to the government, the U.S. government, for investigation. Something that Karl seems to be very upset to me about, but I never showed him how to do it. I never showed him. But at the end of the day, it is all about money with these YouTubers. Here is a talk about mistress, and this stuff really... it's kind of a low blow. I don't think you have to go to the point of attacking people's families when they clearly are not relevant to whether or not the charity donated money or not. The mistress, the mom dying. I mean, the mom's not even here. Like, the mistress is like, why? Like, why? What does this have to do with charity? What does Billy Mitchell have to, in his personal life, have to do with charity, or have to do with cheating, or... God forbid, it's not even cheating. It's Apollo Legends' death. I am very kind of concerned what's going to happen to Jirard soon, because you got Karl Jobst. His numbers are way down. The only time his numbers have been good is when he's attacking people, either, quote, video game cheaters like Billy Mitchell, Moon Channel, myself, or the Completionist. In fact, his channel, if you take a quick look at it right now, he is ready to tear Jirard apart again. Will this result in a lawsuit? Because remember, we talk about statute of limitations, just like Logan Paul versus CoffeeZilla. The things that were said 4 or 5 or 2-3 years ago is not going to apply. It's the recent stuff. Here, statute of limitations is 1 year. So Karl Jobst may want to be very careful what he says in his response, because he's going to make a response video, right? He's going to make a response video, and it is going to be an attack video on Jirard, because that's how he gets paid. That's how he gets his money, right? Maybe he'll even have a sponsor for the attack videos. I don't know why a sponsor would want to. Maybe it's like some type of mobile gacha game or something like that. But my point is, Jirard knows what's going to happen. Jirard's not a crazy man, right? Jirard understands that both Mutahar and Karl Jobst are going to have their own issues right now. Karl Jobst lost the defamation to Billy Mitchell, and Mutahar was proven, according to Mutahar himself, that he is not an engineer, but he has been saying he's an engineer. So that's, again, according to Mutahar himself, he is not an engineer. And he no longer will represent that he is an engineer, because he never was an engineer, at least in Canada. So these two, probably to build up their reputation, they're going to launch another dual threat attack on Jirard. We're going to see if Jirard actually sues, because that's what the defamation lawsuit will be about. The defamation lawsuit cannot be about what happened over a year ago, because the statute of limitation has run out. The defamation lawsuit could be about what is going to happen now, and this battle that is brewing. And you know why it's brewing. It's brewing because Karl Jobst needs money. He has recently been bankrupt. He's been making very vile videos about individuals. And if you look at the view counts today, I think 200, 300,000, still very good, very high view counts, right? But they're not the million views that he was doing prior to losing to Billy Mitchell in court. So I hope Jirard has a plan, because I am almost certain Karl Jobst is going to just destroy his life, or attempt to destroy his life again. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Oh, also, let me, small side. People say that you can't sue bankrupt people. Yes, you can sue bankrupt people. In fact, bankrupt people are actually easier to sue because it is very unlikely they can find a good law firm to represent them. The reason they're bankrupt is for a reason. And the law firm, of course, is going to ask them to upfront pay for everything upfront via a retainer. And whenever the retainer runs low, they're going to ask for the refill on the retainer, and it won't be refilled, right? Because it's going to be hard to battle it out. So maybe you have a lawyer that's not as good, and the quality of lawyer does make a big difference, as we saw from the previous case. Billy Mitchell had a very good lawyer, Queen's Counsel, I believe that is the name. And yeah, I mean, it will be a much harder thing for Karl Jobst to defend the second time around. He probably will not have Notch donating most of the money, and I do not think he can do another GoFundMe. So it should be interesting to see, and hopefully I get a shout out from Karl Jobst's newest videos, because, hey, we need some content too, right? Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Bye, guys.